What does it take to win a schizophrenia disability case in 2023? I'm Jonathan Ginsberg. I'm a Social Security disability attorney. I represent clients in all 50 states because disability hearings are now held by phone or video, meaning they're no longer in person. So I can represent clients no matter where they live. Schizophrenia is a diagnosed medical condition, and typically it's where somebody either hears voices or has really a great deal of difficulty handling their personal needs. They can't manage to deal with bathing or dressing or making food for themselves or paying bills or just dealing with basic activities of daily living. And it's obviously a pretty significant mental health problem. In many cases it's organic, meaning that it's a function of either something that you were born with or it's because of some problems with the chemicals in your brain. And it really is a very debilitating type of illness. But sometimes it's diagnosed. Mental health diagnoses sometimes can kind of run the gamut, and sometimes different doctors will give different terms, diagnoses for the same type of medical condition. And so schizophrenia normally is fairly specific as far as what it is. But again, just the label itself, the diagnosis, you've got schizophrenia, does not mean that you are inherently disabled. If medications control it, for example, and you're able to structure your day and possibly do some sort of a simple entry-level 1 or 2-step job, you would not necessarily be disabled. So to win a disability case on schizophrenia, you've really got to demonstrate through evidence that you are simply not able to deal with just your basic needs. That again, you need help with food preparation, you need help with paying bills, with getting out of bed, that you're having these hallucinations that make it difficult for you to interact with others or to know what's real or not real. And that's the level of impairment you've got to have. So it's got to be fairly significant. I think that you need to be on you need to be on a medication. This is not a condition that can be treated generally with talk therapy. It's typically treated with medications. Many times the psychiatrist will have difficulty getting control of the symptoms because the medications, the effectiveness wears off. So a record of winning case that I see would be one where the doctors are continuously adjusting medications, but it's either they don't work for very long or they don't work at all. And so the person is just continuously in this struggle between being totally like a zombie because they're totally knocked out with the medications, or they're not effective at all. So I think that's a level of impairment you've got to have. The medical record needs to document if you're having hallucinations, audio or visual hallucinations. This is something you're reporting to your doctors. I think evidence from people in your life, whether it's a spouse or a child or a parent, coworker, former coworker, somebody who can talk about what they have observed when you're having an episode and how long these things last. I think that's another factor. If you're having episodes of hallucination under a great deal of stress, but that's the only time you're having it, that may or may not be disabling. But if it's coming on no matter what you do and you can't really distinguish reality from illusion, that would be most likely a level of disability or level of impairment that would support a disability case. Unfortunately, a lot of folks I talk to who deal with schizophrenia sort of self-treat with alcohol or street drugs. That is a real problem in the Social Security world because the judge can't really unwind and unpack between what is causing these symptoms. Is it the use of drugs versus the underlying organic conditions? So obviously if you are struggling with schizophrenia and you're also abusing substances, you want to try to get away from the substances so it's clear that the problems you're having are brain chemical, not external chemical caused. And if you're a parent or a spouse or somebody who's dealing with schizophrenia, they may not want to cooperate. Sometimes you have to take the lead in filing for disability and helping them understand that this is going to help them by providing some money coming in and access to medical care. One final comment I'll make is that I've had a couple of cases where I thought were pretty good based on the severity of the symptoms. The problem in one particular case I'm thinking of was that the person was living by himself, and his mom and dad would come over several times a week, but he was living by himself, and the judge denied that case. And what I remember from the decision was the judge was like, look, if he can live by himself and he can structure his day and he doesn't leave the stove on and he can pay his bills and he can go grocery shopping, he's not disabled. So I think that people who are applying for disability based on schizophrenia probably need to be in a living environment where they're not by themselves and they're not structuring their day, because again, judges are looking for evidence that your condition is not as serious as you say it is, and that is an example of one of those type of conditions. So anyway, if you're dealing with schizophrenia, or you have a loved one who is, and you think that the level of impairment is such that they would be not reliable at any kind of job, they couldn't manage their time, they would lose track of what they're doing, and they would simply just be unreliable, take excessive breaks, miss too many days from work, that type of thing, and you'd like to know more about how the Social Security disability process works, please reach out. Happy to try to help you any way I can. Visit me online at ssdanswers.com. You can ask for a case evaluation. You can download my Secrets to Winning Disability Survival Kit. A lot of good information there. And if I can be of assistance to you, please let me know. Happy to try to help you any way I can. This is Jonathan Ginsberg, wishing you the best. Thanks a lot. Hi, this is Jonathan Ginsberg, and I hope you found this video helpful. If you'd like to know more about how to win your Social Security disability case, I'd like to invite you to download my Secrets to Getting Approved Early Survival Kit that I created just for people like you. Currently, I'm making the survival kit available at no cost, and I encourage you to grab your copy now. Some of the topics I cover include: how do I know if I have a case? Is it the right time for me to file my claim? 9 common mistakes that can doom your case. The 3 must-have arguments you use to win your case. And a topic that every disability claimant wants to know: how to avoid trick questions from the judge. If you or a loved one need to win Social Security disability benefits, you'll find the Survival Kit essential reading. Download your Survival Kit right now and at no cost. Just visit ssdanswers.com/survival and sign up. It's that easy. Please act now. And as always, I wish you the best.